Now, is there anyone, any fighter out there, Australian or internationally, that you would say you have been the most emotionally invested in?
There've been a lot only because when you're on the circuit with these guys for years, whether it's one championship, whether it's K1, whether it was back in the Access TV days doing LFA, RFA, shark fights, legacy, lion fights, you're seeing these guys on the circuit every month. So you get to know them, you get to hang out with them, you get to have a meal with them, you see them out in public at events. So obviously when it comes fight time for them, you're emotionally invested because you know them and they're a good bloke and you don't want them getting beaten or getting hurt. During my K1 days, I'm still very close with Ray Sefo and with Mark Hunt. I just hosted Mark Hunt's public speaking tour here in Melbourne a couple of weeks ago. So always when Mark and Ray would fight, I was emotionally invested because I knew them on a personal level. Bada Hari, as people know, was always my favorite as a commentator. We shouldn't have favorites, but hey, you know what? He was. Stuck it up. He was awesome. And Bada and I became mates. We traveled the world together. We were the Howard Cosell, Muhammad Ali of kickboxing. Whether it was in Holland, it was in Japan, it was in Korea, it was in New Zealand, wherever it was. We spent so much time in Dubai. We spent so much time together. So every time Bada fought, and because I helped to make the larger-than-life Bada character that people fell in love with or either loved or hated around the world, I was emotionally invested in him. So there's just a few names I can think of over the years. Peter Ertz, another one. Peter is the nicest guy you'll ever meet. And later in his career, when he was starting to get beaten by guys like Alistair Overeem, who were having a lot of help from a menu of horse meat that he was consuming, amongst other things, wink, wink, you couldn't help but to feel sorry for Peter Ertz because he's a legend getting bludgeoned by, a new generation fighter who is getting a little bit of assistance on the side. So, it happens in any sport, and don't let any commentator tell you otherwise, that they don't have their favorites or they don't have guys or girls that they feel a little emotionally invested in, because it happens across all sports.